Hi, this is Bill Loring, one of the instructors for this course. You're in for a treat. You get me and Arandi as your instructors, so you get the best of all the worlds there are. We're going to learn about programming and problem solving with Matlab. Matlab is a software designed specifically for engineering problems. So let's look at how we're going to go through this course. First, you want to go through the getting started. Do the getting started activities. I'm not the only instructor, but this is information about me. We'll see if Arandi can add something in here later on for herself. The course syllabus is always a good place to start. So the course syllabus is right here. It tells you you're responsible for your learning. Yes, you are. Okay, so there's my contact info. Arandi will put in her contact info later on or somehow put it in here. Best way to get a hold of me, email. I'm very responsive by email. If you want to set an online or in-person appointment, this is a good way to do it. There are no stupid questions. Repeat, there are no stupid questions. Ask questions. Questions show that you're engaged in trying to figure things out. Instructors love questions. Well, at least I love questions. You can't remember what you don't understand. As you go through this class, we're going to hit spots where it's like, I have no idea what's going on. How did I get into this engineering business anyway? I just isn't making sense. That is what learning feels like. If you already knew all the answers, you'd be teaching the class instead of Arandi and I. Figuring it out is part of learning. So we will be using Matlab. We will also be working with Python, which is an open source free programming language. Matlab is a bit pricey, but it is used in many engineering areas. Let's see, we get down to the interesting part. We'll be using a textbook. You can rent it from the bookstore. It's a good textbook. We'll be going through it and using it. As you can see, we're reading parts of it here, and we're doing some Matlab online tutorials, and some of it will be activities. There'll be a little bit of everything. Sometimes I'll teach the class. Sometimes Arandi will teach the class. It just depends. I'll be doing most of the programming stuff since that's my bailiwick. Arandi will be doing more of the engineering, math, physics, that piece of it. So this is a great experiment. This class is going to change as we go because we've never done this before. So we'll see what happens. You're in for a treat. It'll be a fun ride. Academic integrity. Do your own work. You cannot learn without doing your own work. No one can shovel the information into you. No one can shovel skills into you. You have to get out there with your hoe and weed the garden on your own. Use your own words, do your own work. You can't learn without doing the work, and the best way to learn is do a little bit every day. Also, ask questions. Another area that's changing everything, and has changed everything, is AI. The jobs of today and tomorrow will belong to people that know what they're doing, understand the concepts, and can use AI ethically and responsibly to up what they can do to increase their productivity. If all you do is get through these classes by depending on AI, well, it's not going to last for very long. You have to know what you're doing. So it's a tool. We will work on how to use AI ethically. Since this is a beginning level class, we probably won't do much with it, but we will learn about prompt engineering and how to use it as a tool, because it is a tool. Now here we are. You may not submit any work generated by AI or anybody else or any programs as your own program. Do your own work. We will work with AI techniques. We'll work with prompt engineering to get better results. Many of the assignments will have AI use indicators. I'm trying to figure out how to handle this whole AI business. One of the things that AI has changed is how instructors evaluate learning and whether you understand the concepts or not. So just turning in assignments and taking tests isn't enough anymore. I may have you do a code review with me. I may give you a 0 on an assignment and say, hey, set up an appointment. Let's do a code review on this last thing you did. I want to make sure, not that you're cheating, what I want to make sure is that you're understanding what we're doing, that it's making sense to you, that you're building your skills. So we will have no AI use for quite a bit of it since this is an introductory class. You can use it as a debugger or tutor. It's not always accurate, but it does work well for that. Sometimes we'll use it in projects as a code helper. Don't get caught in the AI trap of using it as a crutch. So if you do plagiarize, 0 for the assignment, second strike, you're out. You get an F for the class. Assignment creativity, as long as it meets the requirements of the assignment, you can embellish the work as much as you want. That is where the real learning begins, is when you take something and make it your own. Take a tutorial and make it your own. Change it, modify it, see what happens, experiment. All right. What else do we have? I have some IT and programming resources here. Various things for Python and other IT things. I teach IT, so of course I have IT resources. This may not apply to this class, but we do have free Office Specialist exams. This is one of the things that you'll want to do right away. I'll record a separate little, well, actually I don't need to because it's not very complicated. I've already set up your account with your WNCC EDU email address. You can use the full Matlab, everything in Matlab. And it worked really good last year as a web-based application because then your files follow you around through the cloud. You don't have to use a USB drive or anything, and you just have to have access to a web browser. You'll receive a link. Well, you probably should have received an email to your WNCC email account already, unless it changed. If it did change, let me know if you didn't get that, because I set up everybody that's in the class already. And you may just have to sign into your MathWorks account, and then you should be able to go here, and you should be able to open Matlab online. Here it is. So here is some of the stuff I was working on last year. You can install Matlab on your computer, but Matlab online works really, really well. It takes a moment to load it up, but I was surprised at how good it is. And then all your files follow you around, and then there it is. Ta-da! There's Matlab, and it automatically updates, and your files go along with you. It's pretty cool. Let me know if you have any questions on installing Matlab. Introduction discussion, let us know who you are. And then week 1, we start with assignments. Yes, there'll be recordings, there'll be various things that we do as we go. There are some online tutorials that will be on the Matlab website that are really good. Some activities, which will be more like assignments. I think that's all I can think of right now. Make sure you let me or Randy know if you have any questions. We're going to have fun with this class, even if we aren't always as organized as we could be, because this is our first time through, and the first time through is always loads of fun. Contact either of us early and often if you have any questions. We'll see you in class.